Hello. 42. Still Friday, July 10, 4:15 p.m. Adriana Hall sat in her tiny office at the Rome Bureau of World News Network watching the Harry Edison video for something like the 10th time, trying to make some sense of it. She'd spent less than 3 hours with him, granted a very passionate, passionate and provo- provocative 3 hours, but in that short time, after all men she'd known, the one thing she knew about Harry Edison, if she knew nothing else, was that he was not someone who could kill a policeman. Yet the police believed he had, and had his fingerprints on the murder weapon to prove it. She also knew that a Spanish-made Lama pistol recovered from the scenes of the Assisi bus explosion was missing from Pio's car, and the police believed Harry took it as he fled after killing Pio. Abruptly, she put both hands flat on her desk and pushed back in her chair. She didn't know what the hell to think. Then her phone rang, and for a moment she let it before picking up. Mr. Vasco, her secretary said. He was calling for the third time in the last 2 hours. He hadn't left a callback number before because he was traveling, but said he would call back again, and now he was on the phone. Elmer Vasco was a former professional hockey player and Chicago Blackhawks teammate of her father's, who had later worked with him when he coached the Swiss team in his Hall Hall Hawken 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 days in his Hawken days on the ice. Now that They call him Moose now. He was a gentle gent, a kind of distant uncle she hadn't seen for years, and here he was in Rome calling her at the horse of all possible times, when an enormous story was on fire and burning all around her. Adriana had come back from Croatia early, early that morning at her own request when news of the Harry Edison story first broke. Going straight to the Questura, she arrived at the tail end of Marcello Taggia's impromptu interview. Marcella impromptu interview. She tried to corner him afterward without success, and then looked for Loscani, ending with the same result. Going home for a shower and quick change of clothes. She'd been drying her hair when the Metro Juno business happened. She's gone there on the back of her cameraman's motor scooter, with her hair still wet, but all media, were being kept out of the tunnels and away from the action. After an hour, she retreated to the studio to start putting the story together and to watch the Harry Edison video for the first time. And then she's gone out. And when she came back, there were the Elmer Vesco messages. And now he was calling again. She had no choice but to take it. Elmer, Mr. Vasco, how are you? She tried to sound up and gracious, even if she wasn't Mr. Vasco. The phone was silent, and she started to hang up when the voice came on. I need your help. Oh fuck. Adriana felt the breath got out of her. It was Harry Edison. Harry stood in a phone booth near a small cafe across the Piazza della Rotonda from the ancient circular structure. There was the Pantheon. That was the Pantheon. By now he had his hat, a black beret bought easily at a corner shop selling hats of all kinds, and pulled down to cover the bandage at the top of his forehead. His steel bandaged left hand he kept in his jacket pocket. Where are you? The surprise was gone from Adriana's voice. I There'd been no way to know if she was back from Croatia, but he'd taken the chance she was. He'd call her because he'd add up his, his options and realized she was the only one he could call, the only one who would know what was going on and whom he dared trust. But now that he actually had her on the phone, he wasn't sure if he could trust anyone. She knew the police relied on her relationship with them for access to stories she might not otherwise have. Would she agree to meet him somewhere and then bring the police with her? Harry, where are you? Her voice came again stronger than before. Again he hesitated, unsure. The dual ache still in the back of his head, reminding him he wasn't as alert as he might have been. I can't help you if you don't talk to me. A group of schoolgirls suddenly walked past, chuckling and joking among themselves. They were loud, and he turned away trying to hear. As he did, he saw two mounted carabinieri on horseback slowly crossing the piazza toward him. They were in no hurry, simply on patrol, but still every policeman in the country was on the lookout for him, and he had to take every precaution he possibly could to avoid them. In this case, it probably meant staying right where he was until the pass, turning ever so slightly away from them. He spoke into the phone. I didn't kill Bill. Tell me where are you? Tell me where you are. I'm scared to death. The Italian police are going to kill me. Harry, where are you? Silence. Harry, you call me. I assume because you trust me. You don't know Rome. You don't know Italian. And if I told you to come to meet me somewhere, you'd have to ask someone, and that could get you into trouble. If I know where you are, I can come to you listenable. I can come to you listenable. Listenable. The carabinieri, the carabinieri were closer now, both young, both on big white horses, both with side arms, and they weren't just on patrol. They were watching the people. They passed carefully. Police on horseback coming toward me. Harry for Christ's sake, where are you? I don't turning. He glanced around, trying not to look at the police, but to see a street sign, the name of building, a cafe, anything that would tell him where he was. Then he saw it, a plaque on the side of building 20 feet away, something Rotunda, Piazza della Rotonda, Piazza della Rotonda, at the Pantheon. I guess. Big circular building with columns. Yes, the Carabinieri were almost on top of him, their horses moving slowly, their eyes searching the crowd in the piazza, the people at the outdoor cafes surrounding it. Now one officer pulled up and both stopped only feet away. Holy fuck, Harry breathed. What is it? They're right here. I could touch the horse. Harry, are they looking at you? No, ignore them. They'll move on in a minute. When they're gone, cross the square to the right of the Pantheon. Take any side street and walk 2 blocks to the Piazza Novana. Near the fountain in the middle are benches. The piazza will be crowded. Pick a bench and I'll find you there. I find you there. When? 20 minutes. Harry looked at his watch. 40:32. Harry? What? Trust me. Adrenaline clicked off. Harry stayed as he was, the phone in his hand. The police was still there. If he hung up and they saw him, he have to leave. If he hadn't hung up, with one end of the line dead, he took the chance the phone company might report it as a phone suddenly out of service. Something the phone in their heightened state of awareness might be looking for. He looked back, and his heart sank. 2 more carabinieri on horseback had hidden up and were talking with the others. 4 policemen only feet away. Slowly he hung up. He couldn't stay here without making another call, and there was no call to make. He had to do something before one of them looked over and saw him just standing there, and he did simply stepped out and walked past them, moving across the square toward the Pantheon. One of the carabinieri saw him go, even watched him for a moment. Then his horse struck at his bit, and he had to pull him back. When he looked back, Harry was gone. And